Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Sports Block. Tonight is a beautiful day to watch football, and here we have Middle Creek and Smithfield-Selma.
Yeah, it is a beautiful day indeed, with temperatures staying around 80 degrees. It is just going to be everything in football. There's no elements to worry about right now, so this should be a great game to watch.
Absolutely. Middle Creek 2-0, Smithfield-Selma 1-0. Middle Creek averages about 31 points a game and allows 21. So if we stay with our averages, we should pull off a victory right here, boys.
Yeah, as you said, the Spartans, the one game that they, as they are 1-1, the one game that they did lose was away. So we'll have to see how this plays out for them.
I mean, I think we should have some good football here. It should be a tough contest on both sides. We should see both teams run up and down the field, and it should be a good game of football.
Hello, I am Mag Mayumi. I'm here with Jonah Meyer and Daniel Igman. And last season with the Spartans, they had ended their 40-game losing streak, which was the longest in state history. And they ended it with a 22-21 win over their rival South Johnston. And then after that, now they're coming back with most of their offensive line back in good shape and ready to play.
Yeah, and the Spartans are a pretty good team as they're ranked around the 10,000 mark. But they're going to have a tough game against Middle Creek, who is ranked at 832 nationally. So this is going to be a fun game, and as they are previous SWAC conference champions, the Spartans are definitely going to have to buck up here and play a good game. Here comes the Middle Creek out of the banner. Win number 3 is a paradise to me, it said. And that's referencing the beach day we had here at Middle Creek, where everyone wore Hawaiian shirts.
For the last 2 games, for Middle Creek and for Smithfield-Selma, it came down to the wire in the last couple of minutes in the 4th quarter. So this game should be very close, and we should see it maybe like getting really tense at the end.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how this plays out, because Middle Creek is a very fast-paced team, and I believe also the Spartans are too. So it's gonna be a quite aggressive game.
I want to see how our defense takes on their quarterback today, CJ Turner. I heard he has a great arm and he's very mobile. I want to see how our defense plays against that, because we haven't faced a very mobile quarterback, I should say, in a while.
Yeah, Brant Gristle is also quite the quarterback too, though.
It should be a dual quarterbacks out here.
Yep. Here are the Spartans lining up to take the kick, or to kick it off. Creek Crazies are trying to pump up the Mustangs on the field.
The formation looks like they might be lining up for an onside kick.
That'd be interesting.
They might get an illegal formation. I don't know. See? Nope. Oh, they're just squibbing it. They don't want to kick it to our deep guys.
Yeah.
Down at about 30.
Yeah, that's
35.
I don't know what they were trying to do there. I mean, they may have something planned right there.
I think that was a smart move, not kicking it to Jonathan Spencer and crew.
Yeah, because they don't want to give it to any of the fast guys and risk them having a breakaway.
Yeah, here comes the Mustangs offense.
Well, they should be pretty good because they're on a 22 win streak against all SWAC teams. But
Twins left. Brant drops back, throws the ball, long pass, right to him.
Jonathan Spencer
tackled it around the 45-yard line.
What a catch by Evan.
35, excuse me. That was just an amazing catch.
Evan Yavulovich with a great catch and good effort after contact, getting hit and spinning forward for a couple more yards.
He was just fighting for every little bit of that.
Absolutely.
Twins right now. Brant is back. One man in the backfield. Brant lines up. Long snap. Looks like it's going to be a long pass again. Nope.
Hits the ground. It's incomplete pass.
Quadier forward, not getting off the line. Brant leading him a little bit too far. Leads into an incomplete pass.
Gristle last year got second-team all-conference honors after throwing 3,385 yards and completing 54% of all of his passes.
So you know he's obviously a good quarterback. Trips left. Ooh. Elijah Perry. Ooh, big carry.
First down,
First
and then
down.
some.
Down
Oh.
by number 21, Chris Tappan on the Spartans.
Looks like the Middle Creek have certainly really have had really good luck picking out these plays this early out. It's looking really good for the Mustangs right now.
We take pride in our coaching staff. Coach Rideau takes a good job of picking the plays, and our offense does a good job of running them.
Yeah, and here's Brant dropping back again. Another pass. Look, yeah, touchdown. That's a Mustang touchdown.
Jonathan Spencer, way to fight for extra yards. Scored a touchdown, knocking down his teammate on a chest bump in the end zone.
6-0 in the first 4 minutes of the game.
As I said, the Mustangs just certainly come out fighting hard. And we're going to have to see if the Spartans can have a response to that.
It's going to be tough to cover offense, whoever plays us. I mean, I don't know if some NFL teams could take a fast-paced offense like this. Let's see if we can take on their offense.
Rubino lining up to take the kick. This will make the score 7-0 Mustangs.
And it's good.
You know, this is just incredible. This is one of the first times I've ever seen a touchdown and field goal scored this early. I mean, 7-0 already. That's really incredible. Just shows you just truly how aggressive the Mustangs are. And Brant has just really not surprised me, but just kept consistent with his amazing with being an amazing quarterback. And as you said, he's been named all-conference player, so you know he's no slouch.
Yeah, and as I was saying earlier, Brant, I think he can keep up with C.J. Turner in the running game. I've seen Brant run track in weightlifting class. He was keeping up with all the wide receivers and the running backs. It was impressive because he's a quarterback.
And he's a tall dude, so he'll have some pretty big leg strides. So
he's about 6'5". I stood next to him. I look very, very short, considering I'm only about 5'10". So
Rubino lining up to kick it off. Let's see if they go for an onside kick like they did last game, or the game before last game.
Looks like Smithfield is expecting an onside kick.
I mean, I would.
Yeah.
That's what we're really good at.
And kicks it off. Oh,
goes deep.
And touchback.
Back.
The Spartans are going to pick it up on the 20-yard line.
The Spartan O-line is pretty good with senior Cody Satterfield, John Gibbons, Eric Alvarado, and John Lucas.
Yeah, as I said, both teams have amazing players, so it's fun to see these players go head-to-head. And we'll just have to see how these two aggressive teams play against each other.
Their offensive line matches up with our defensive line. Not many teams can do that, so they got one thing going for them.
We'll just have to see how the injuries from last year affected them. See if they are rusty or not.
Trouble in the backfield.
Running back falls on the fumble snap.
A little bit of trouble there in the backfield. Wonder if that was looks like the quarterback just couldn't get a hand on the snap.
Recovered by number 14, Raycon Smith on the Spartans.
The snap was a little high, but I guess as a first play away game, I mean it's gonna be tough, especially with people like the Creek Crazies being so loud and rowdy.
Yeah, that's got to be throwing them off a little bit, as we have one of the greatest student sections out there. So
one of our linebackers, Austin Lovegood, telling our crowd to quiet down. He can't even hear what he's saying. Hear what coach is saying.
Looks like it was a gain of about 3 yards. Still in negative yardage, though.
They still have third down and 12 to go with 10 minutes left on the clock.
Let's see if the Spartans can make anything of this. The Mustangs defense seems to be holding them back pretty well.
Lining up trips left with a tight end on the field.
We're going to have to go deep for this one. Incomplete pass.
That'll bring a fourth down.
Yeah. I didn't really see what the quarterback saw there. I mean, it was a great throw, but I just saw him covered every which way.
He tried to make something out of nothing. I mean, quarterbacks got to do that.
Yeah, he was just in trouble there. The Mustangs line was coming in, and he just kind of had to dump it there.
Mustangs going to try and block every kick they see. These guys are going to see if they can't hold them off. See this battle between the two special teams lines.
One man in the back. Lining up for the punt. 4th down. Yeah, I knew that. It's very unlikely that they'd go for this.
Trey Hamilton in the back.
Good hang time on that punt.
And looks like recovered by the Spartans.
Yeah, it took a bad bounce for the Spartans there. Kind of bounced back towards them.
It's going to be on the Spartans 46.
Mustangs are going to pick it up there. Let's see if the Mustangs can kind of convert on that bad bounce that the punt had. Mustangs lining up.
Grisello and Perry in the backfield with Eaton and Yavulovic to the right, Ford and Spencer to the left. As far as I can see, I can't really tell on the left side.
Looks like the line judges are taking a little while to get there.
The thing about Brand is he's got a great offensive line. Let's see what we can do here.
Yeah, I think they've really worked it out since the last game at Garner. Oh, great pass. Managed to sneak that in there with 2 guys on him.
What a catch by Yavulovic. That was impressive. Over 1 guy. But again, as I was saying, the offensive line for Middle Creek doesn't let anybody through. Brent has tons of time to throw the ball. That's why he's got umpteen yards on that throw.
Yeah. And like they've really worked it out since the first game with Garner, because they were having a little bit of trouble there, but they seem to be having no trouble at all now. Hand off to Perry. Perry's running, picking up some good yards. Flag down on the play, though.
Flag. Oh.
And
touchdown, Elijah Perry. Let's see what the flag is.
The touchdown brings them back. Have to see who it's on.
Looks like the flag might have been a personal foul.
See if it might bring the Mustangs back. Looks
holding
like
on the Mustangs.
Now that was just I didn't see it there, but it could have been there. And that will bring the Mustangs back a little bit. Little disappointing because Elijah Perry thought he had that, but you just gotta. It's one of the things in football you just have to deal with.
With a great back like Perry, he could break it again right here for a 30-yard touchdown. You know, amp up his stats a little bit, get an extra 10 yards.
Yeah, in the Garner game and the game after that, Perry was picking up some major yards, and he was just a great player. Ooh, quick screen pass. Brant throws it, and it looks like he's tripped up at about the 19-yard line.
That was a good screen by Ashton Mitchell. The man has some speed, some serious speed. Not many people can catch him, so.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's tremendous speed.
Open field, it's going to be tough to take him down. I want to see if they can. I'd be very impressed.
Elijah Perry gets about 200 yards per game.
Twins left and right. Brant drops back to pick up a pass. Oh, he's running here. As you said, he's a fast guy, tall guy. Wow, managed to pick up a lot of yards there. Looked like it was around 9 yards,
and he's tripped up by 33 Henry Moore on the Spartans.
Looked like it was about 6 yards there that he picked up. And third and looks like 3rd down and 2, yeah. All right, Mustangs
ball on the 18.
lining up with trips right. Quick handoff to Perry. It looks like he's going to get it. Oh. Looks like he's tripped up a little short.
Oh. That's a killer. He wanted that one.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be 1st and inches. This is going to be fun to see. Let's see if the Spartans can hold him out here in the red zone. But with just such an amazing, I'm pretty sure they're going to run it and hand it off to Perry. As I said, yeah.
Touchdown, Mustangs.
Perry's just such an amazing runner. He comes out of the line. He comes off the handoff, and he's just explosive.
He's very, very powerful, very quick, very fast. I know because I've seen him do it. He benches 315 pounds. That's more than half of our offensive line.
Yeah, just an immense guy. Rubino lining up to take the kick again. This will make it 14-0 with 8:20 left in the first quarter. Looks like there's
some confusion on the field.
Looks like it's going to be something on the Mustangs.
It's a false start on the Mustangs.
Yeah. But with such a small penalty, I have no doubt Rubino will still be able to make it in.
There shouldn't be any trouble. Great kicker like Rubino, All-American.
Yeah, 2 penalties already, though. That's a little surprising. most of the games that I've seen thus far, and that was good. But as I was saying, most of the penalties that I've seen thus far have mostly been on the other teams rather than on the Mustangs.
That was a great effort to block the kick. They almost had him, but they almost had a penalty on themselves too. And had to slow up right there at the end just so they didn't hit the kicker.
I'll make it 14-0. Mustangs are going to kick it off. Let's see if they go for an onside kick. They've had great success this far this season with onside kicks. And that really helped them out in the Garner game, and I'm pretty sure most people know about that, as it was such a close game between two arch rivals.
Yeah, the onside kicks really let them to go crash the person who's going to go pick up the ball. Then they slip up and.
Yeah, and with Rubino, with his great accuracy as a kicker, the coach can ask him to place it anywhere, and he'd be able to do it. Rubino looks like he's lining up, and they should have no problems with kicks here because there is no wind. And it is just a beautiful day out.
Smithfield's still predicting the onside kick.
Yeah, that's no surprise. They probably watched some good footage of Middle Creek and their onside kicks, and they know what kind of kicker Rubino is. So there's no such thing as being too cautious.
Looks like Rubino's going to go for a deep one.
Oh, little squib there.
Saw that coming.
Whoa. Looks like it was getting a little close there for the Spartans.
Picked up by Javon Lee on the Spartans.
That was the only flaw in that formation. They covered the close onside kick. They didn't cover the little chip, almost a soccer kick right there, just chipped right over the front line.
Yeah, and as I said, Middle Creek really knows how to mix it up, mix up the plays, kind of keep the opponents on their toes, really. And that's what makes them such an immense opponent on the football field.
The Creek Crazies out here are so loud that the linebackers are telling the coaches to speak up so they can get the call.
Yeah, as I said, the Creek Crazies are just a great fan base, and they really pump up the Mustangs before the game. Tripped up there before he can reach the 5 yards. So, yeah, 4-yard gain. I'll bring up 2nd and 6 for the Spartans.
I think Smithfield's got to mix up its game a little bit. Middle Creek seems to be predicting their every move.
Yeah, I don't know if Middle Creek has been managed to pick out the plays that the Spartans have by watching footage, or if the Middle Creek just has that great of an offense, which I know they have an amazing offense. But we'll have to see if the Spartans can mix it up enough to throw the Mustangs off. Oh, flag on the play.
Looks like a fault. Yeah, delay game. Oh, delay game on the Spartans.
That's going to send them back a couple yards.
Yeah, it's just something you got to watch out for. That's just a penalty you just got to be cautious of, and that's just some yardage that you lost that you don't need to lose.
And that was such a good run that they had on first down, and now a heartbreaker that they go back.
Yeah, as I said, those penalties are something you have to deal with when you're playing football. Another run. Ooh. Stop short.
Whoa.
Mustangs taking him hard to the ground.
Nailed down.
Commotion upfield between one of their linemen and our linebackers.
Yeah, as I said, both these teams are really aggressive, and they're just such great teams.
They both want to win. They both care so much about their teams and their schools.
Yeah.
Some of these guys will do anything to win the game for their team.
Yeah, football around here is a really big thing.
I think Smithfield's being a little too cautious, though. They're not trying anything like dangerous or tricky. Maybe it's because of all the injuries they had last year.
Yeah, they have twins left. A timeout for the Spartans. We'll be right back. This is the Sports Block.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another two.
Welcome back to the Sports Block. We're back at 6:35 and 14-0 Mustangs.
Just in case you're just joining us, it's 14-0 with 6:35 left in the Mustangs. 14-0 Mustangs with 6:35 left in the first quarter. And yeah, it's just been a great game so far. Just watching the Mustangs come out fighting like they did, and they did that with Garner and all the other games that they played, and that really throws the team off when they come out so hard in the beginning. Uh-oh, looks like he's going to have a little trouble in the backfield, trying to run it off.
Up, and he gets sacked.
What a tackle by Matt Moreno.
Great
athletic
sack there.
diving play, saving with the sack, save himself a couple yards.
Spartans have been having a lot of trouble in the backfield with one fumble they had where just the quarterback just couldn't get a hold of the snap, and another where the receivers just couldn't get open and he had to run it and come out of the pocket.
Anthony Mitchell had some great pressure on that play. They might have got held a little bit, and that's why he didn't get him, but Matt Moreno got him anyway. Great athletic play from the Mustangs all around, and good effort by the Spartans.
Spartans are lining up. Looks like they're going to do another punt. Yeah, because they have no reason to go for it here with such a great yardage to overcome. Oh, looks like it was tipped there a little bit.
Tipped a little bit.
The Spartans player, okay. I was about to say, that ball kept on bouncing.
I think they're maybe a little bit scared to kick it down Matt Schmidt. He hasn't really gotten the chance to get a good return yet, but I think he could break one if he gets one.
Yeah, as I've seen in all the previous games, he is quite the return player.
Not the fastest guy we have, but definitely one of the most athletic, strong, durable players we have.
Twins left and right. One man in the backfield with Brant Grizel.
And there's a flag. Might have been a false start.
Yeah, false start on the Mustangs.
Just a little penalty. And the Mustangs, I mean, they obviously are up by a tremendous lead, but I mean, this is not something you don't want to get into a habit of those like little penalties because they can really be the difference in a game.
Coach Castellano doesn't mind the big ones, but you don't want to get the little ones.
Yeah. Big play.
Big play. And
tripped up. That's going to bring 5 yard. Looks like, yeah, it's definitely a first down.
Down by Chris Tappan again.
Yeah. Looks like they're going to pick it up at around the 31.
That was a great catch and run by Ashton Mitchell.
Twins left and right again. Handoff. Oh, big run again. Another flag on the play. Will it bring the Mustangs back again? That's another Middle Creek first down.
That was a great run by Stuart Fine, picking his holes, following his offensive line, getting 15-plus yards on the play.
Yeah, Stuart Fine and Elijah Perry are just great players. Ooh, quick little pass there. Interception for the Spartans. He's going. The 40, the 50.
40.
He
breaks it.
He breaks the tackle. That's going to be a touchdown for the Spartans. That is just that was just a costly mistake there. The receiver just couldn't get a hold of it. It was a little above his head. And you can obviously the Spartans are happy about that. That is just not something you want as a coach.
Brant's throw was a little bit too far upfield and to the right. I mean, the defender made the most of the opportunity. After it was tipped and slowed down, he caught it and just took it back, broke Brant's tackle, and scored.
Yeah, that was the guy who caught that. He was a fast kid, and he was just managed to outrun all of the Mustang offense on there. See if the Mustangs can block this kick. Otherwise, it will be 14-7 Mustangs. Kick it looks like it's good. Yep, the kick is good.
That was quite a reply back.
Yeah, that was just a tremendous apply. That's got the Spartans pumped up now, so they're going to come out. After a play like that, you have to be excited, but they shouldn't let the excitement get to their head. I've seen that a lot of times where a team has a great play and they just get overexcited, I guess you could say, and they just lose it.
The real question is, though, are they going to kick it to the Mustangs kick returners, or are they going to squib it again, or a short kick to one of the guys in the middle
Yeah, I really see them picking up, just trying to get it on the ground quick so their guys can get there, because with how fast the Mustang returns, with how fast the returners are, you just don't want them free on the field.
I think that either this kick or the next kick, they're going to try it with the returners because they got to see like what's best for them.
Yeah, yeah, it's honestly up to the coach, but I'd say their kicks have been working out decent for them because they haven't had any big runs from them. So, and they do not want the score to go up any higher. They only have a 7-point difference now. So, yeah, just like you said, little squib.
And down at about the 35.
I know one of the returners, Ashton Mitchell, last year, even playing JV, he returned every single one of his kicks for a touchdown unless he was told not to take it to the house.
Yeah, like as you were saying, just some of these returners are just immensely fast, just great players and have great football knowledge. So they know where to go and how to take a guy. Twins right and left. One man back with Brent Grizel. Looks like they're going to go for another run. Oh, fake run. Having a little bit of trouble. Staying in the pocket. Now he's running it. He's picking up some major yardage here.
50. And
looks like the one Mustang receiver there missed the block a little bit. Brant, just as you said, with how tall he is, and he's just a fast football player.
Oh, but another flag on the Mustangs. I think I saw the signal for a hold.
Yeah, hold. Just another little penalty that
mental mistakes by the Mustangs are costing them big plays.
Yeah, Coach Castellano is not going to be happy about that. Just those little penalties, those have got to be the worst, because you know they're easily preventable, and you just don't want those happening because they bring you back, and it's just not a happy day.
Middle Creek's lost 30 yards just off of these penalties.
Yeah, and I mean they've just been a bunch of little ones. And Coach Castellano, I'm sure, is going to address that.
Absolutely. At halftime, he's either going to fix it or he's going to fix it. There's no way he's going to let this continue on.
Trips right. Another run. Elijah Perry. Looks like he's going to go. Oh! Managed to evade a few tackles there, but then he was finally brought down.
Tripped up by Chris Tappan.
Looks like he was brought down at the old line of scrimmage. Mustangs are going to pick it up at what looks like the 34-yard line. And the Mustangs have had great success with their running plays. So I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more of those. Trips left. Oh, it looks like it's going to be a quick little bullet pass there. Receiver brought down there.
By John Lucas on the Spartans.
Looks like it's going to be a 3rd and 1, it looks like. And I have no oh, it looks like it was a Middle Creek first down. All right, the Mustangs now have a fresh set of downs to take it to the house here. Twins right for the Mustangs. Elijah Perry shifting to the right of Brant Grizel. Looks like it's going to be a false start there on.
I don't know. Their guy shot right across the line, maybe forcing our guys to go too.
So
yeah, I mean,
it depends on how they want to call it.
Yeah, I didn't see who started that there, but it looked like both lines jumped a little bit. I have a feeling they're going to call it on the Spartans.
Oh
no, on the Mustangs. Another little penalty. And yeah, as you said, Coach Castellano is not going to be happy, and he's going to have to mention this, and I'm sure he's not going to be happy when he mentions this.
We practice those snaps on too, just to get people to jump, and if we keep jumping, it's not going to end well for us.
Yeah, and as you said, Middle Creek is a great football team. Oh, Brant brought down there.
Taken down by John Lucas for the second time.
Yeah, it looked like the Spartans managed to get through the Mustang line there. Mustangs lost some more yards.
They just attacked Bobby Marcheski right there. They blew him straight off the line and got right to Grizel.
Yeah, that is
I think
just not something you want to see as a coach, but your quarterback brought down that hard. Twins left and right.
I think we got to change it up a little here.
Oh, quick little screen pass there, or pass there.
And he's going.
Picking up some major yards, though.
Oh, pushed out of bounds by John Lucas again.
Brought down just a little short of the first down.
Romeo Cooley, another one of our guys. Great hands, not the fastest, but he'll make you miss.
Yeah, and as you said, if they're not fast, they certainly are quick on their feet. The score is 14-7. We're going to be back. This is the Sports Block.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Block.
Welcome back to the Sports Block. Score is, if you're just joining us, the score is 14-7, 2:49 in the first quarter.
We got twins left and right and one man in the back.
Yeah, and Brant looks like they're going to go for another little run here. Oh, that's going to be a false start on the Spartans there. Line just got a little bit jumpy.
And there's that play again, the on two, what we do.
And it just made him jump a little bit, and that's going to gain the Mustangs a first down. And the other Spartans coach is not going to be happy about that. I mean, just these, as I said, just these little penalties is what's really hard. Those big penalties, I mean, they're hard too, but those little penalties just got to make you mad as a coach.
Spartans were ready for a long pass last time.
Twins
Looks like they're ready
right.
for a shorter one this time.
Brant drops back, makes a huge pass. Receiver's wide open.
What?
10 and a touchdown.
Down, Middle Creek.
Just an immense pass. Looked like it was a 20-yard pass there. And
Evan Yanulovic again.
yeah, Yanulovic is he's just been really fast and managed to get past everyone so far. And I've been really impressed with how he's doing this game. And that will bring the score to 27. And if the Mustangs can capitalize on this field goal, we'll be able to bring the score up to 21-7 Mustangs. 2:29 left in the first quarter. The kick is off, and it is good.
Looks like the Smithfield Spartans are getting better at predicting what we're going to do. They're crashing our kicker. They're crashing our goalie, our quarterback.
They're really rushing right off the edge. We really build up our protection in the middle, but we only have one guy on the edge, and they're really bringing 3 or 4 guys right off that edge. It's hard to cover.
Yeah, both teams have amazing coaches, and if they see any little fault in the line, they're going to find that and exploit that. So the Mustangs will have to figure out what's happening and really talk about that.
I feel like as more time goes on, the Smithfield team is getting more daring and more daring with their plays and such.
Yeah, and guys, and don't forget, if you have any questions about the game, tweet us your questions or concerns or anything at hashtag SportsBlockAnswers, or follow us at SportsBlockMCHS, and we will answer your questions. And who knows, you might even be featured on the show.
Take a photo of yourself at the game, and we could tweet you or give you a shout out.
Yeah, and we had a lot of shout outs last game of people watching all around, so it's just really cool to see who's watching. Rubino lining up to take the kick. Looks like, I don't know if they're going to do an onside here.
I think they're going to go for a little squib again.
No, big kick that time. Really long. It's going to be a touchback for Spartans, and it's going to be, the Spartans are going to pick it up on the 20-yard line.
And that right there shows you why Michael Rubino is an All-American. Not many kickers in the SWAC conference, even in the state, could kick it into the end zone and right through it.
Yeah, just a great kicker. And as I said, you could see the Spartans are really worried about their onside kicks on the kickoffs. They've been setting up for them the first few ones. And let's see if the Mustangs defense can hold off the Spartans here.
Spartans aren't looking, their line isn't too wide, very condensed. They got one man on each side and 2 back.
Yeah, I'm interested in, the Spartans have really been changing up their line, trying to throw us off. Oh, looks like the quarterback is running here.
Oh.
Ooh. tripped up. Looks like it was just a gain of a few yards, probably around 3.
Slick little option play right there. They ran the other version, the draw play of that earlier when he got about 5 yards right up the middle. That right there, they got to pick up the quarterback and the pitch man if the quarterback decides to pitch it.
Ball is going to be on the 23-yard line.
And the reason their line is so wide is because they're running a tight end. They're running a tight end to the right side of the offensive line.
2-man back again. Snap. Another run. Oh, no. Looks like he's getting caught in the backfield.
And he's going.
Oh, looks like he made to make a
up.
little bit of something out of that, but there was really nothing because the Mustangs just really slammed on the line, and we were just right there when he came.
John Singleton froze him as he tried to bounce outside. He didn't run his feet through him, and he could have had him for a loss there, but instead, Spartan player made a good play, got around the other side, and got it for a gain of yards.
That's going to bring up 3rd, and it looks like 3. And let's see if the Spartans can get a first down here. 2-man back again.
Looks like Middle Creek's going to rush him a little bit.
Yeah, and the Spartans have been having a little bit of trouble on, with letting the Mustangs through. One guy gets through very easily. But, good spin move there.
A fumble ball.
No. And
like
Middle Creek gets a fumble ball.
With 54 seconds left in the first quarter, I want to see if the Mustangs can pull a touchdown off right here.
And 27 yards until the end zone.
Yeah,
I think they can do it.
Yeah, and the Spartans need to really, really hold them off here and really, really talk about this. 21-7 with already in the first quarter, and if they get a touchdown here, that is not a score difference you want to see this early in a game.
The Spartans are going to really have to work hard because even at this range, I think Rubino could get a 3 points field goal.
Yeah, even if they do hold him off for the 4th down, then Rubino would have no problem kicking it in there. Brant looking. Ooh, quick little bullet pass. Nice little grab there.
That was a nice catch by Matt Schmidt diving. Wishes he could have stayed up, but he didn't.
Yeah,
he didn't.
Officials ruled him down right there. Matt Schmidt still thought he'd keep on running, but looks like the officials called him back.
We're in the red zone. Middle Creek's in the red zone.
Yeah, and the Spartans have really got to be pumped up right now, just trying to hold them out so they can prevent another touchdown. Oh, looks like yep, touchdown.
Little shovel pass, Jamon Hicks takes it all the way, 10 yards for a touchdown.
That was a really quick drive. It was something like a 40-yard drive, and just the Mustangs really wanted it there, and the Spartans just couldn't do anything about that. Brings up the score to 27-7 with 36.4 left in the first quarter.
All the little details, like any little interceptions, all those little things matter. They can change the whole entire game.
Yeah, and as you said, the Spartans line has, and the kick is good. And as we were all saying, the Spartans line needs to pick up on those rushes a little bit, so the Spartan QB has a little more time to get off a pass, so they can gain more yards. Because they have not had an offensive touchdown yet. The one touchdown they did have was an interception on defense. Great touchdown, but you still definitely want a touchdown from offense.
But CJ Turner is really trying to show off his speed there and all his moves going against the defense, but I don't know if he can pull it off all by himself.
Yeah, as everyone knows, all the coaches say there's no I in team, and that the whole team needs to really back up CJ Turner on this. And looks like, yeah, the Mustangs are going to kick it off. I don't know if they're going to do an onside here. They haven't been doing it that much this game, and which really surprises me because they've had great success rates with the onside kicks and just managing to get the ball back for them.
I feel it's because Smithfield has so many players up ready for the onside kick that they have to kick it a bit back. I think Middle Creek might kick it all the way back there because I don't know if those runners can run it up all the way in 36 seconds if everyone rushes them that quick.
Their quarterback, CJ Turner, is also returning kicks, if you haven't noticed so far.
Well, he's trying to use his speed and try and get it up there as quick as possible so he can start throwing some nice passes.
Rubino's about to kick it off. Ooh, oh, I thought it was going to be a little
And he
squib there.
goes for the long one.
Looks okay.
Oh.
Touchback. Spartans are going to pick it up on the 20-yard line. And the Spartans are definitely going to try and have to get some mojo going here. I mean, 28-7, the Mustangs this early in the game. They definitely need just like a little something here, just to maybe get one touchdown, maybe get the whole team going.
Let's see if the Spartans throw any trick plays like we did.
Yeah, just maybe think of some like trick plays they can throw to get some more yardage off silly little penalties like that.
Maybe throw us off by going on 2 or something like that.
Yeah, 2-man back. Looks like the quarterback. Oh no, fake.
Oh.
Ooh. Mustangs defense is really holding them back here.
We have the three biggest guys on the team clogging up the middle. Zavon Powell, Terry Patterson, and Anthony Mitchell. I mean, there's some big dudes, probably equaling over 1,000 pounds total weight just in 3 guys right there.
Smithfield still hasn't figured out a way to cover the rushes from the outside.
2nd and 11, and it looks the clock's running down. That's going to be the quarter, guys. 28-7 Mustangs at the end of the first quarter. That is a great lead for the Mustangs this early.
Absolutely. Any team would love to be up by 3 touchdowns at the end of a quarter.
Yeah, that is Castellano's got to be feeling really good. But anyway, guys, we're going to be back. It is starting the second quarter. The score is 28-7 Mustangs. We'll be right back.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another 2. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another 2. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
Welcome back to the Sports Block. We're going to go down to our sideline reporter, Abby Carr. Hey, Abby, what have you got for us?
This is Abby Carr. I'm at the 3rd game of the high school season for the MCH Mustangs, who are 2-0, and the Selma Smithfield, who are 1-1. The Middle Creek coach Castellano, before the game, was confident about the Middle Creek Mustangs' talent tonight. He was hoping to start out strong and remain undefeated, and it looks like he's going to get his wish. Right now, the score is 28-7, with touchdowns in the first few minutes and just recently by Ashton Mitchell, Elijah Perry, Evan Unulovich, and Brant Grizzle. This is Abby Carr from Middle Creek Sports Block.
Thanks, Abby. We're going to go back to the game here.
Those just looked like what could have been a fumble, but
Smithfield tried to run one of the little bubble screens like we did, and safety Daniel Jackson said absolutely not to that, absolutely destroying the wide receiver there.
Yeah, and I want to see what they're going to do here. Ooh, looks like we're gonna have to punt it here. Yeah, they're just such a great deficit of yards from the first down mark. And they have to be punting it. They've been punting it so many times, just not able to pick up some yards. And another little bad bounce for the Spartans there.
right about the 49. Mustangs going to pick it up from there.
Still not kicking it far enough for Matt Schmidt to return it.
And remember, guys, if go on Twitter and tweet something and put hashtag SportsBlockAnswers. We'll answer your questions and talk to you about anything. And if you post pictures or anything, we might feature you and give you a shout out. Or you can follow us at the SportsBlock MCHS. Looks like Middle Creek.
Stuart Fine got stopped at the line. That was a good effort by the Spartans defensive line.
Yeah, the Spartans have been really picking up their defense, but their offensive line has. I'm looking forward to seeing a little more from them, because I think they have a little bit of a problem right now. But I mean, not a major problem. It's a real easy fix, and I'm sure the coach is going to talk to him about that.
Ford going down and stopped right before the 40.
Another little, Mustangs have been picking up great yards off of runs, and I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more of those. But of course, they've also picked up like immense yards passing, because they've had like wide receivers just wide open. They're running twins left this time, twins left and right. One man back with Brant Grizel. Brant Grizel drops back. Big little blue pass there. Catches it. Nice little catch there. Mustangs are going to pick it up at the 5-yard line. At the Spartans 5-yard line.
Quadir Ford, maybe not the most played wide receiver, but he's silently coming up being a dark horse for the Mustangs at wide receiver.
We've got twins left and right.
Yep. As you said, twins left and right. Looks like it's going to be another quick little screen. Oh, ball slips right through his hands.
Ford almost got a touchdown right there.
Yeah. Quadir Ford has been a really good player here, too. Looks like the Mustangs, I don't know what they're going to go for here.
Maybe in former years he was overshadowed by Curtis Burston, Jay Schuler, and Keon Smith.
Yeah, but as more great players go, that's going to be a Middle Creek touchdown by
Stuart Fine.
Stuart Fine, yeah.
34-7.
Yeah, it's going to bring up to 34-7. You know, the Spartans have really got to be worried right now. I'm sure they're just praying for the half to come so they can talk about this.
I feel like the Spartans are starting to slow down their game. They're not going up as fast as they used to go. Slowing down their game a bit, maybe to try and get more control. But then Middle Creek comes in really fast and rushes them.
Yeah, I think the only hope right now is waiting until the second half when Middle Creek steam blows off a little bit, because Middle Creek they're like probably the best team in the conference first half, and they're just immense. But second half they start cooling off a little bit, and maybe the Spartans can capitalize off of that, and that's what we saw what happened with Garner. That's why it was such a close game. We took a huge lead on them, and then the second half they managed to come back. But with how big of a deficit it is already, 35-7 with 10 minutes to go in just the second quarter. This is not looking good for the Spartans.
Even though the Mustangs have a 21-point lead, they can't relax right now, because if they do, Spartans are going to come right through and just pummel them, get a ton of yardage, get a ton of points, and tie it right back up.
Rubino is going to kick it off here. And I feel like they're just going to keep on going with those long kicks here, because they've worked great with those, and they don't really need to risk an onside kick here. But you never know. The Mustangs might just switch it up, and that's one of the great things about the Mustang. They're just able to switch up plays that just really quick and just really mix up the opponent, and it's just a great team. Coach Castellano, as I said, is just an amazing coach, and all the other coaches too. Big kick. Tremendous kick. That is something you see in college.
Touchback. It's going to be at the 20-yard line for the Spartans.
There's another huge kick for Rubino, and you just got to give it a shout-out to him, man. Those are like college kicks you see there. And it's just picking up huge yards on that.
I was just saying, Rubino with his college kicks, it's because he's practicing for his college. He's getting recruited and getting offers from multiple colleges. I mean, they're recruiting him out of his shorts right now. He doesn't know what to do.
a lot of these players on Middle Creek are getting recruited just because Middle Creek has really come and become a great football program.
Looks like CJ Turner might be running the same play where he runs it with one on each side and two back with him.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
CJ
Turner. Yep, and as you pointed out, he's going to run it.
And
getting tripped up there, though.
Looked like he almost broke that tackle.
Looks like it was a loss of around 3 or 4 yards. And they've been running that play consistently, and I'm looking for him to switch it up a little bit. I mean, even though CJ Turner is an immensely fast quarterback, you do not want him running the ball the whole time because then he might get tired. And since he's the, I guess you could say, point caller for your whole team, that is not something you want.
Well, and linebacker got tackled by. He's lucky Luke Gray didn't try to destroy him, because if he really wanted to, I don't know if it would end so well for CJ Turner.
Yeah, Smithfield's been having a lot of trouble with injuries. Last year they had almost their whole offensive line out and a lot of running backs out.
We have a timeout by Smithfield-Selma.
We're going to take a break here, guys. It is 8:56 left in the second quarter. 35-7 Mustangs. We'll be right back.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
And welcome back to the Sports Block. I am Jonah Mayer, and it's 8:56 in the second period. 35-7 Mustangs, or second quarter, sorry. And as I said before, guys, remember to go on Twitter and take a picture or ask us any questions, and put hashtag SportsBlockAnswers, and we might give you a shout out.
We've got twins left and right for the Spartans. They're trying. Looks like they're going to try a different play. Oh, and he throws it. And
good, some good yardage there. Running back to the original line of scrimmage.
Run by Raekwon Smith, number 14 on the Spartans.
And if the Spartans can just keep up those little plays, and if CJ can just keep on throwing those quick little passes, screen passes like that, they're going to pick up just little yards and just nip away at it, and eventually, hopefully, get a touchdown.
They're at 3rd and 10, so they're going to have to go for a long pass here to try and get that yards back.
Yeah, otherwise they're going to have to punt it again, because Middle Creek is not a team that you want to go for it with. With how great our defense is, you just don't want to go for it with us.
Looks like they're rushing it again, and CJ Turner's running, and he throws it.
Had to get it off quick. Oh, slipped right through his hands.
Robert Hicks almost got that.
Oh, looks like a CJ is hit. Okay, now.
As I said before, Luke Gray, he's not afraid to hit you, and he will hit you. It hurts when he hits you.
Yeah, but, I mean, he was a nice guy, made sure the quarterback was okay. And that's just kind of the sportsmanship you want to see in football. I mean, it's just a sport that's meant to be fun and aggressive.
I got a score update. Garner's beating Broughton 35-0 in the second quarter.
And Garner, just a tremendous team also.
Green Hope is tied with Jordan 7-7 in the first quarter.
The Mustangs are going to receive the punt here. Good hang time on that punt. Took a bounce. Oh, he picks it up.
Oh, he's taken down.
Looked like he was going to break free for a second there.
Taken down by Dylan Ledford.
Middle Creek is going to pick it up on the 45-yard line, it looks like. Excuse me, 47.
We have more score updates from around the SWAC conference. Lee County is leading 13-7 over Athens Drive in the second quarter.
Middle Creek lining up. Twins left. Or Trips left, excuse me.
Ooh. Ball was just a little too low. Felipe Ornelas hit his foot right there.
Yeah, Brandt is a great quarterback, but every now and then you have those little mess-ups right there where you didn't get a great grip on the football, or it's just something else. Trips left here.
Ooh.
Oh, a little trouble in the backfield.
Fumble. Oh, ran right into the ref.
Yeah, Brandt is smart, though, and holds on to it. Don't want to lose the ball. Losing yardage is a lot better than losing the ball. And with such a big score deficit, I mean, they can afford a touchdown, but as a coach, you just don't want to see a touchdown.
We got trips left and one guy on the right and one back with Grisel.
And bullet pass straight to him.
Oh, and taken down by Chris Tappan. Chris Tappan's had like 4 tackles today.
And that's going to be another Middle Creek first down. And as I said, Brandt, when he's on point, he is certainly a great quarterback. It's just a bullet pass straight into his arms, and just great quarterback. Twins left. Quick little pass there. Oh, he's running.
And there's a flag drawn.
Flag down though. See if it's another little penalty that might bring the Mustangs back.
Looked like it was after they snapped the ball, so I think it might have been a holding on the defense.
Let's see here, because it looks like it's going to be on Middle Creek.
I didn't see what he called there. See?
Head ref will come out and show the call.
Yeah, let's see what the head ref says, because it was definitely on Middle Creek, it looks like.
Holding again.
Holding again.
Coach Castellano's going to drill them into their heads at halftime. Don't hold, just block.
Yeah.
We also have more score updates from around the SWAC. Sanderson is losing to Apex 7-14. And Cary is down 14 against Wake Forest.
All right, Middle Creek's running trips left. One in the back with Grisel. Fake little handoff there. Oh, that guy got right through the line. Ooh, big pass, and he catches it.
Touchdown.
Great pass.
What a catch.
That was almost a 35-yard pass. A little over.
Very impressive throw from Grisel.
Catch by Nick Honeycutt. No, excuse me. All right, Rubino lining up to take to kick it off, or not kick it off, go for the field goal. Oh, looks like the Spartans jumped a little bit there, but still good. That'll make the score 42-7 Mustangs. And that's just a huge deficit. 6:43 in the second quarter. And the Mustangs are getting ready to kick it off. Coach is talking to him about the kickoff right here.
Looks like they might try something different than their normal squib routine.
No, they've been kicking it long, so I wonder if they're actually going to go for an onside this time.
On the touchdown, the receiver who caught it, his name was Jaquan White. What a great catch, athletic. He's also about 6'3" or 6'4", a very tall receiver. Natural for Brandt to throw to him.
Yeah, and like those tall guys, you can really see them above everyone else. And I mean, if you're the taller you are, I guess the better it is, because you can really see over the cornerbacks that are guarding you.
That's something Middle Creek has going for them. I think all of our receivers, I think they're at least all over 6 foot, 6'1", if that, or if more.
Yeah, Middle Creek is certainly an intimidating team with how tall everyone is. I mean, even the quarterback being 6'5", Brand Quizell. And the ball fell down there. Rubino going to prop it back up.
Don't even forget about the kicker. Michael Rubino himself's around 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah, like when they come out of that tunnel at the beginning of the game with all the smoke and stuff, and they'll be carrying sledgehammers too. That's just a really intimidating thing, and it's really good. Maybe makes the opponent a little nervous. And another big kick for Rubino. Beautiful.
Takes the knee.
It's gonna the Spartans are gonna pick it up on the 20-yard line again. Spartans are bringing out their offense now.
It was Tavian Rogers who had caught the ball.
I'm wondering what the Spartans are going to do here, because they definitely, as we've said multiple times, they've really got to switch it up from just their quarterback, CJ, doing everything.
They've got to figure something out, and if not, they've got to put something in at halftime, because this Mustangs defense is just having a field day against their offense.
Yeah, and as we saw earlier in the first quarter, CJ Turner took a pretty hard hit, and he looked like he was a little bit hurt. And you do not want CJ Turner, one of your best players, getting hurt this early in the game.
That looks like it is a different quarterback.
I wonder if CJ Turner had to take a little break.
Raekwon Smith is playing quarterback now. Luke Gray must have taken CJ Turner out.
That's odd. Raekwon Smith is usually running back. Up, and he's running it. Going down. Oh, and he's down at about the 25.
Good play, though. I mean, it seems to work out for him right now. But no, as we saw in the Garner game a few weeks ago, Naheem Hicks, he was the normal running back for Garner. And when he turned to quarterback, he actually scored one of their only offensive touchdowns for him. And because apparently when he transferred over, he had played quarterback elsewhere. And it just shows you never really know what these guys can do on the field.
Has to be a high school football, man.
And looks like he just lobbed it up.
All right.
They were stopped short. Only gained about a yard.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Looks like there's some confusion on what they're going to do right now.
Yeah, the Spartans look like they've tried everything, and they've got to be getting a little desperate now. And they've got to try something really, really, really new here. Try and mix up the Mustangs a little bit.
Well, it looks like we got something different. We got twins on the right, 2 in the back, and 1 on the right, and he's running it. And
so
he's running it, and he throws it, and it's just not enough. Maybe he should have kept that ball and gotten the first down.
Yeah, I saw no. He probably should have just kept that. And him being the running back, as you said, he knows how to take a hit. But the thing that worries me is maybe CJ Turner is hurt, and that's why they took him off, and they need him in there.
And you don't want your second string quarterback to get hurt like that. You should tell him to be a little bit more safe. If I was the Smithfield-Selma coach, because he ran to the edge, tried to throw it, and John Singleton just laid him out right there.
Yeah, and with CJ Turner already hurt, as Daniel said here, you really don't want your second string quarterback getting hurt.
Let's see if the Mustangs block the kick or if they get a good kickoff.
Spartans have had some pretty good punts so far, some good hang time on them.
Matt Schmidt has not had many kicks to return so far. Let's see if he can get something to return. And looks like they went for it, and they're down at about the 27 or 28 right there.
They tried a little trick play against the Mustangs.
But the Mustangs just shut him down there. I mean, in my personal opinion, the coach probably saw something that I didn't, but I didn't see a reason for going for that, because I mean, they had around 4 yards to make up there to get to the first down, and with the Mustangs defense just being as tremendous as it is, you really got to be careful running those trick plays.
We had twins right and left, and they're running it. Carry.
Elijah Perry.
And he's down.
Brought down. Another immense run for Elijah Perry. Elijah Perry has, as in all the other games, has really been a great player. He's willing to run as much as possible. And when he takes a fake handoff, he really convinces the other team that he has it.
We got trips to the right and 1 to the left.
Elijah Perry back with Brandon Griselle. Hands it off to Elijah Perry.
And looks like he's going to get a touchdown.
Yep.
Touchdown, Middle Creek.
Drags the defender into the end zone with him. And that's going to be a nice touchdown, another touchdown for Elijah Perry.
There's a show of his pure strength right there, just dragging the safety into the end zone with him.
Yeah, and Elijah Perry, as I said before, is just a tremendous player. And Rubino is going to go for the field goal again here. And already, with only 4 minutes left in the second quarter, it's going to be 48-7.
Wow. It just shows you how if you can have more players, you can really, scare the other team. The Mustangs team is about 60 players, and Smithfield Spartans are only 30 players total. So I think maybe they're getting tired by this point. that extra energy that the Mustangs have from being at home. There are more players, cheerleaders, and the Creek Crazies. It's really helping them out.
And a new mercy rule is in effect after halftime. If Middle Creek stays up by 42 points or more, the clock will continue to run after halftime. So it will stay normal clock for 4 minutes until after halftime, and then it will be a running clock for the rest of the half if it stays more than 42 points difference.
And as a team, you know, that's got to be that's just not something you want to see, because that's once you get a mercy rule, that just makes the game not too much fun. But I mean, football is always fun.
Whenever the mercy rule is enacted, it really lets you know, like, you got to wake up and get going, because if you don't, it's an automatic loss, and it's not pretty. When you hear that the mercy rule is enacted, then you know it's pretty bad.
I mean, the mercy rule here won't cancel the game, but it'll make the game go by quicker so that the other team doesn't get the morale smashed to bits more than it might already be.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, as a team, the coach, if it goes up anymore, the coach is probably going to want the mercy rule, because if you get beat too bad by a team, it kind of crushes your morale there. But, I mean, Smithfield-Sanders is just a great team, so I feel like I could see them having a comeback here.
And they're having a really good rebuilding project, bringing former players back in to coach. And
guys, sorry about that, Daniel. We're gonna take a break here. It's 4 minutes. 4 minutes left in the second quarter. 49-7 Mustangs. We'll be right back. This is the Sports Block.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another two. And kick is up.
welcome back. You're watching the Sports Block. It's Middle Creek versus Smithfield-Selma. It's 49-7 in the second quarter with 4 minutes to go. Middle Creek is lining up for a kickoff after Elijah Perry scored.
It looked like the coaches were coming out and discussing something. It might have been the mercy rule that Daniel was talking about earlier.
If you're just joining us, the mercy rule is if a team is up by more than 42 points after the half, the clock will start to run continuously with no stoppage unless for a timeout.
And you know, every game this season, Smithfield-Selma, if they score first, they won, which was against the Southern Wayne 21-20. And the first game, they lost pretty badly, 39-0 against West Johnson. And in that game, West Johnson scored first and pretty early, too. Looks like they're going to have a repeat of that game here.
Yeah, it's got the Spartans are going to pick it up here on the 20-yard line. And as I said before, let's see if they can really pick it up in the second half. Because as I've seen many teams come back really hard in the second half.
Let's see if they can try something different. Maybe it doesn't look like C.J. Turner's back. Looks like they're still running with Raekwon Smith.
We got a running clock now.
All right, guys. Yes, the mercy rule is enacted. We just got word up here.
Unless they do this.
All right.
Taken down with barely any yardage.
Sorry, I was mistaken. It is a running clock as of now, not after halftime. It will still be a running clock after halftime unless Smithfield scores. But otherwise, the clock will continuously run until a timeout is called.
And remember, guys, we're still tweet us. You could get a shout out by taking a picture and sending it to us, or asking any questions. And remember, it's hashtag SportsBlockAnswers, or follow us at the SportsBlock MCHS.
Doing a run and play. Oh, broke through. Raekwon Smith.
Daniel Jackson with the stopped him right in his tracks before he got the first down. I know Daniel. I went to elementary school, middle school, and now he's at high school with me. And the man he's very big, and he's very athletic, and he's not scared to hit. He will hit you, and you will not like it.
It's going to be third and it looks like 1 for the Spartans. 2 in the backfield with the quarterback.
They're going for a run and play again. Did not work.
Mustangs defense just showing its prowess again, just picking out what the Spartans are going to be able to do, or are doing, and just shutting them down. And that was for a loss of yards too. That's going to bring up 4th down, and it looks it's going to be about 3. And I'm wondering if the Spartans are going to go for it here, but I suspect they won't, or they might. I mean, as a coach, if you figure you already have the mercy rule enacted, why not?
Oh, somebody's down. Let's hope he's okay.
Looks like they might be bringing a medic.
And that is something you never want to see in football. Is just a player injured.
Oh man, looks bad.
I didn't see what happened, but I hope he's okay.
You've been watching the Sports Block. It is in 1:43 left in the second quarter. 49-7 Middle Creek Mustangs. We'll be right back.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another 2. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
Welcome back. Here we are, 116 and 49-7 Mustangs, and the mercy rule is enacted. Looks like they're going to punt it, and it goes pretty far. Still not far enough for Matt to pick it up and return it. And Spartans are going to stop it right at the 40-yard line.
And the player who was injured before the break, he is okay enough to get up and walk off the field under his own power, which is a great thing to see. You don't want anybody to get hurt.
Yeah, as a football player, you really got to feel for another hurt football player, because I mean, you've had those injuries before, and you just don't want to see another man like that down on the field.
Absolutely not. It's not good to see somebody go down, especially one of your own teammates, but you don't want to see anybody on the team go down too.
And they're running it down almost at the 50, and he breaks the tackle, and it's a first down. 54-yard, about the 54-yard line.
The Spartans have really got to watch themselves here, because, I mean, their morale is starting to go a little down now. But they just got to hold on until the end of the game.
Looks like Middle Creek's just going to waste the 8 seconds and let it go.
They went with a new running back, Damon Cromwell, and Hunter Gazelle is also playing quarterback in there.
And that's the end of the first half.
We're going to be taking a break right now. We're going to go into the second half, 49-7. Middle Creek's winning.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another 2. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another 2. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off.
Welcome back to the Sports Block. The Middle Creek Marching Band is getting ready to play. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Abby Carr. Abby, what have you got for us?
It's halftime, and the Mustangs are up 49-7 versus the Smithfield Spartans. The Mustangs are playing their hardest tonight, and even with such an astounding lead, Coach Castellano is telling his players, play every play like we're 1 point down in the fourth quarter. They're doing just that, and I think the Mustangs will come out on top tonight. This is Abby Carr for Sports Block.
Thank you, Abby. Let's watch the marching band here.
And next performance will be right here on Friday night, September 19th. Don't forget our concession stand.
He one block, and he drugs them all, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute thrill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block, and he drugs them all, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute thrill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block, and he drugs them all, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute thrill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block, and he drugs them all, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute thrill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block, and he drugs them all, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute thrill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block, and he drugs them all, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute thrill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block, and he drugs them all, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute thrill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block, and he drugs them all, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute thrill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
He one block, and he drugs them all, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute thrill into the back of the end zone.
watching the Sports Blog.
He one block, and he just shrugs them off, and he makes another two. And kick is up. That's an absolute drill into the back of the end zone.
You're watching the Sports Blog.
Welcome back. Here we are with Sports Block. The game ends 49-7. They're either ending the game due to lightning or due to the mercy rule. We are not sure.
49-7, just an amazing game for the Mustangs. You know they have got to be happy about that, but I'm sure they're going to be addressing just the little penalties they had throughout the game.
Absolutely. I think when varsity has practice on Monday, they will be running lots and lots of sprints. We pay for that stuff because we do it wrong, and we expect to play perfect.
Yeah, this is definitely the end of the game. Well, just, as I said already, just a tremendous win for the Mustangs.
I got to say, both teams played really hard. They tried their best, and it was a really good game, but Smithfield-Selma, there wasn't that mojo here today.
At the end of the game, somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose. It's the name of the game. I mean, you just never want to come away with a loss. Losing at halftime due to a mercy rule. I mean, that's how our JV game ended yesterday due to lightning, not by mercy rule. But
and guys, if you're listening, the next broadcast is the 19th against Wakefield, and be sure to watch that because that should be a good game.
And to reply to Geoff at NC Pats, the next Pats 2, the soccer game will be broadcasted October 22nd versus Fuquay at 5 o'clock.
And thanks for tweeting at us, at Jeff, or at NC Pats 2.
Alrighty, well, the game went. Middle Creek ran up the score. Smithfield scored off of an interception. A well-fought game, penalties all around. Great game. And thank you for watching Sports Block.
There was 6 penalties on Middle Creek and a total loss of about 50 yards, and only 2 penalties on Smithfield, and they only lost 10 yards due to the penalties.
Yeah, as Daniel said, just a lot of yards lost from penalties. And yeah, as Daniel said, a lot of yards lost from penalties. And that on both sides, really, but mostly on the Mustangs, and I'm sure that's going to be talked about in practice. And it looks like we have another tweet from Jason Smith. Shout out to you, Jason, a former Sports Block member, and thank you for saying a great show, and we hope you're doing good. Oh, thanks for the picture too, Jason Smith. All right, guys. Thanks for watching the Sports Block. The game ended 49-7 Middle Creek. And tune us into us next time, the 19th against Wakefield. Thanks again. Bye.